Hi.
How you doing?
Damn fine.
Good. I'm not going to play tonight because I'm going to read something. So forgive me if this goes awry. And this is all new stuff, so if you've heard my old stuff, you're probably going to be thinking to yourself, Jesus, God, what's happened to this guy? Well, hopefully not. So, let's see, I'll give it my best shot here. Everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sound good? Room is nice and warm.
Look good.
Sounds amazing in here. So, all right, the first one is a new one. Well, these are all new. Relatively new, I suppose. This one's called Shadows. All right, the paper sky and the dripsy, dropsy, cold night upstairs, along with clean blankets and ready for the late night, because now there is nothing left but that. Fear of the circle and never-ending bloom cycle through the center of the quiet eye and always quiet. The vagabonds left for Lincoln in the denim evening, leaving me in the house along Fontanelle, and all's fine with that, nothing to it. I've sent my regards to the storms and the bellowing sickness, ex-wives and horrible divorces, and I'm nothing but tired at the end. All that, and nothing to it. Ripped page from the mouth of a notebook, and the parade of marches on through ticking red sunsets, darkness till dawn. Sun shines out, and I see my shadow as I pass, disfigured for show, I suppose, but never wanted it that way, so it's a show of fate and what it does to a man. Fair sun like the white skin of a woman, or rot virtue of a dying old man. Ah, me. Music can bring it to me hot, smoldering, real as it can be, where the bare skin of a hand hits the drum and burns calluses into fingers along strings full of zing and pressure. Wail out the voices with sadness and cold shoulder derision, followed by the passion that simply doesn't allow any more killing around here. Music my enemy and steadfast friend, and some kind of dark-hearted mistress driving all others away into deep swallowing mist. My ear is always open to the line and the lyric, as the heart is always open to the tornado of it, like a boxer waiting for instructions before entering the ring once more to take a rueful punishment. Bent shadow against the sidewalk, with that fair sun pounding its giant fist down into the guts of earth, until the holy see stars in the patchwork of their visions. Thank you. Now, all things aside, if you think this sucks, you have to tell me you think it sucks, because I want to know. You know, and if you like it, I suppose you can tell me that too. Anyway, this one's called Prison Logics. Prison logics, fleeing love's prison doom, breaks in conversation and lips velcroed shut, or at least memories and mirrors of such things. But I saw you suddenly, sweet release at first, then escape, then something more beckoning like the steel red glow of late daylight, born to dream sweet nectar of speed and motion straight into the eyes of now. And if you can take this shortness of breath and vast naked sky roaring its underbelly, silence overhead, then we might at last long enough to see all cities crumble, rumble mad beside us in dreams, below the straight line into gutters, through churches and bars, on out, hand clasped, lips warm, and breath of angels. Done. Okay, all right. At the risk of embarrassing a very good friend of mine, this one's called George Prescott.
That fucker? Yeah.
That fucker. So George, this obviously goes out to you because it's about you, and it's called George Prescott.
You know what I mean?
It was some other guy.
Okay, what's that?
It was some other guy.
It was some other guy that looked like you. Yeah, my name is Cooper, too. Some people tonight thought I looked just like Cooper. I don't know who Cooper is.
Yeah, you kind of do.
See, I got somebody right there. Yeah,
Kind of, but not exactly, look.
yeah. But if you kind of look to the side. All right. I'm trying to get the Cooper thing down. I've been trying for years. Yeah, that's what I heard. Okay, so George Prescott. George, skeleton bone man fishing in the marshes. Go out there with his beat up Ford swingback screech of truck's back panel. Catching crappie and bass, smallmouth, spooky ghost banjo pluck throughout his days. Masterful pancake man at grueling day job diner. Able to introduce a new twilight into every phrase. No worries or care. Crooked saint spilling out melody in dream twang slide guitar. What was born in the black lights over his head? Fists of daylight and slog night and dog day summer instant turnaround. Resting his bones by nightfall in the unsure circus of our killing muse. Searching for the musical poetic melody. Hell, even if it kills him. Halos of 1,000 angels through the head of a pin. Prescott presses his tune into humming electric America and makes the tree limbs dance like a wind gusting up under the smears of storm along all horizons. Wiry birdsong to answer the call by dreamy morning in soft mist of heat to come daylight. Cigarette ash falling to ground. Amazed at swirl brown murk river water and secrets underneath the current.
The dude's a hack! I'm telling you!
I don't even know these well enough to actually, except for that one I know pretty well. But this one, I really don't even know where these are going to go. So I'm just reading here, and that's what I'm doing, as you all know. Anyway, happy birthday to Kyle before I continue. Let's give it up to Kyle. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, and happy birthday, buddy. So Friday morning is the name of this one. Morning, cloudy gray, 8:30 a.m. kind of morning. Nothing doing but slight drizzle wet in the outside air and pining away at the wheel like I do every day for whatever I can sustain in the life that I lead. Microcosmic life whittled away by the passing moments and forward-thinking moving time. Intangible throughout cafes and diners. Children playing in the backyard of the Fontanelle hideout, not to mention early morning coffee brewing while around the world floodwaters rise and the money index becomes rabid as people with none bark for more and people with everything bark for God. White shirt to start the day and old friends on my mind, not to mention 500,000 other passing thoughts, crowding all blank spaces, cluttering up the alleyways. Whilst the streets in Nebraska, lonely town, are wide and nondescript, seen from the ledge of a car window, passing by blur speed onto the next errand, the next goal, and the next hour, whereby noontime holds devils still under the soft milk clouds of hissing, unseasonably cool day in June. This one's called Exhausted. See, I got a new job like in February, and I work as a CNA for a day work. That's what I do, like to make money and stuff. It's a good way to make money because, I don't know, you're helping people and it doesn't pay shit, but it's really a good job. And I think this was probably written in lieu of the fact that I was exhausted from my job at the end of a day, so. Exhausted. Bling in the ring drops silence after a storm-heavy night kicks life over like a dead sign. Sitting in weariness as though it were a lost lone village at the foot of a castle with blank counters and faceless children smacking, cracking on bubblegum. Jesus, I need some sleep. Bones slump, sink in the gut, and cloud directly overhead, and I know that I will only be complete after the blank spell of an hour on Ashley's bed sleeping. It was 3 hours to be exact. Woke up from a dreamless slog bog around 5 p.m. and scratched my skull on waking, wondering what happened to the space of a day. Within the blink of an eye, all this night descends on Nebraska. Max, my son, wonders what twilight is in the car on the way to the Fontenelle home, and I tell him that twilight is the time when the sun is behind the western horizon and the blue sky above turns a deep turquoise as a few stars begin blinking out in brilliance to come, as all lights of the city are brighter sparks and dinners are finished as plates are washed clean. Laundry rolls in the apartment complex, luxury of meager means but importance of everything, rusty drain holes and wires crossing. Makes it hard to find a pen, all this change and moving map face. Seems the pen is found always though, and therefore not much to worry about this spring-summer season, except for those incredulous voices from the future state of things in the form of blustering, thundering change and flood of riverbanks, unable to contain the beat of waves and flow. The way of things always has, always will be. Okay, I think I got about 3 more, and then I'm done. Yeah, okay. There's a really short one called Currents. Laughter of the ocean and still life rolling like these plains, still life rolling along as rivers or veins from the dark heart of America, dark center of it, all in the blink buzz of quick stop fluorescent lights and costly cigarettes, impossible gasoline. Oh, fuck gasoline. I pay fucking $5, what? Almost $5 a goddamn gallon on that shit. And there's no way you can avoid it. Yeah, thank you. There's absolutely no way you can avoid
Ride your bicycle, Mike.
gasoline. But I don't have a bike. But I could try and walk in Omaha and take, or either that or take the public transit system and wait like 3 months to get where I'm going. So, I'm actually a positive guy sometimes. This one's called, this next one's called Benson Summer. All right. Look on past the sunlight, ashtrays, coffee cups, roaring air conditioner boxes, venting Freon and a peculiar city zenith-aired cool show. Sweating under this giant wheel in the sky glowering down on us, liquid in highway distance, casting provincial and straight line shadows. Tires in the hot city flap, caressing the curbs. Snarl and hot spit, bejeweled numb lip of ash can drunks of Benson. Shadow dance of children in yards for a time through cool sprinklers before night closes in. The 4 mythic towers of Benson blink on straight through midnight dark, come hell or high water.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more. And once again, happy birthday to Kyle. And 31, wait till you reach 41, then it all happens. That was meant to be funny. So, this one's called Slow Dancing. I don't know why I called it that, but that's what it's called. Broken store news and insidious high gas prices for no good reason at all, even if they tell you there are good reasons for any price hike, as inflation is actually a fiction, and the broken store keeps gasping and groping at the splintered shutters of all dreams from the inside out, under the outside sunlight of a new rioted, unbelievable spring, when the air feels palmy and opiate over every dirt clod and waving grass, making up and far off distant plains where counties are quartered off by invisible dotted dash lines on maps and court documents. Doing nothing is the killer of everything. I swat at flies on the wall, buzzing around discreet for some time, but eventually seen. Not so many of them now that I have the good sense to take out the garbage every now and then. Womb of the world where I actually came from via some kind of human exercise. I suppose giving birth to me was more like an exorcism, or so I've been told. Let the devils out into the world of watery poached eggs, unfertilized and groaning yellow yolk stream. Oh my. All I want is the slow dance, the slow way, the crawl along, and everyone around me pushes and pushes for speed. Why progress this way? And what good is progress without the longevity to actually see it without suffering too much? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children.